Hello, welcome back, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Right, this is my Saturday morning comments video. Saturday. Right, before I start, I do appreciate all the comments, negative, positive, thumbs up, thumbs down, it don't matter, I do appreciate them all. And I'm pretty thick-skinned, so I can take them. Today's video is about the Enter the Dragon Nunchaku speeded up video that I did in the week. I got the most comments on that, and as of recording this video, that one had 172 comments. How can you reply to 172 comments? I did have a lot of positive ones, I won't lie, on that video. But like I said many times on here, I'm no Bruce Lee expert, and I'm no film expert. But I am trying to get to the truth of things. And it did throw me that the first part of that routine was a little bit slower than the second part. Anyway, let's get on with some comments, shall we? Right, the first one is from Axel Stone 3131. Alright, pal? When Bruce does it, it's with intent, as in he's going to use it. When other people do it, it's just a show. Like a party trick. I said that in a video. I absolutely said that in a video. Yes, there's people with amazing skills. I mean, Lee Barden with 2 sets of nunchaku, it blows my mind. But no one looks as badass as Bruce with the nunchucks. Thanks for the comment, pal, and obviously your continued support. Right, the next comment comes from Humphrey Bogart 6663. Dude, you can only come up with the conclusion that it was sped up. Duh, it was slowed down. Alright. I told ya, I don't know everything. I'm learning. Anyway, I appreciate your comment, mate. And Humphrey Bogart does often comment on my videos. So, cheers for that. Duh. Nice one. Right, the next comment comes from Ed Godzall 3740. Your lack of knowledge of cameras, filmmaking and camera speed is very evident here, mate. Ed? Ha! Fun thoughts, though. Thanks for that, mate. A little bit of sarcasm, but cheers for your comment anyway. Right, the next comment is coming from UK Retro Reels. Paul's a great guy and he's got a brilliant YouTube channel. If you've got a projector and you want to recreate that proper cinema feel, I highly recommend you go over there and give him a subscribe. What he does, he plays all the adverts and trailers of all these old movies. He's done Fists of Fury, Big Boss, Enter the Dragon. It's terrific. Way of the Dragon. He's done all of those. I think he's done Big Boss. Pretty sure he has. But you get all the cigarette adverts and the Munchie adverts and other films that was playing at the time. So if you could play that, then the movie, you would literally have the home cinema experience. And also he done a brilliant documentary on the American Wealth in London, one of my favourite horror films of all time. Well, black comedy I would actually say. It was called Beware the Moon. So if you've got the Blu-ray or the 4K, Paul's documentary's on there. Anyway, Paul's comment is quite long because Paul is a filmmaker. So Paul broke it down like this. So I have a theory, and as a filmmaker may be able to shed some light on this. As someone has rightly mentioned, when working on Western production, Bruce was subjected to having sequences shot at a higher frame rate so they could slow it down. The way this 2-shot setup is filmed, you have the master shot, MS, which is the wide shot off to the side, and the medium close-up, MCU, direct to camera. My instinct as a director is that the medium close-up would have literally just been for the nunchaku swing. There is a medium close-up insert of him deflecting and taking the nunchaku with the Kali sticks, but this is a different shot as it's also angled to the side. Now the theory comes in with a master shot. This is exactly the same shot that carries over from the last 2 guards he takes out with the Kali sticks, including the insanely fast Kali attack with multiple blows. Now somewhere in this shot, there may have been a moment that got lost to Bruce's speed, resulting in him cranking the frame rate on the camera to 36 frames per second to slow the master shot down to 24 frames per second in post-production if they needed to. I've tested this on Final Cut Pro, and although it's not completely accurate due to frames per second settings, the master shot is between 8 to 10% slower than the medium close-up. Then I sped up the master shot by 10%, then what you got is an almost identical level of speed to Bruce's nunchaku work on Game of Death. I don't think the entire shot was slowed down, but it feels like the nunchaku swing definitely is, rather than the medium close-up being sped up. Just to add, if they did just slow down the master shot of the nunchaku swing, my only thinking as to the reasoning for this, they wanted the moment to last longer. And considering the sequence was relatively short, the only way they could make it look like one long sequence was to slow down the master and seamlessly hide it in the edits, back and forth to the medium close-up. It would have been a lot more noticeable to slow down the medium close-up as it's directly to camera. It's also the medium close-up that really demonstrate Bruce's speed in this scene.
I didn't know that.
The more I think about it, my reply above is probably your answer. And as shady as studios can be, I wouldn't be surprised if they made this tweak after Bruce passed, so that he couldn't argue against it. Exactly. I believe the same thing. It was either a Robert Klaus decision or whatever. We'll never probably know. I really did appreciate that in-depth analysis, Paul, and the fact that you took it into Final Cut Pro. And that's probably the way it was done. Appreciate it, mate. And like I said before, guys, if you're into home cinema and nostalgia and all that retro stuff, go check out his channel. I'll link it down below. Right, the next comment is from Guts1981. Thanks for this, mate. He was the actual guy that pointed this out to me. He said he'd put the scenes back to back and one was quicker than the other, and the curiosity, because I'd never noticed, but the curiosity got the better of me and I'd done it and then I made the video. So, it's your fault. Anyway, Guts said, as I told you before, Stripey, I always knew from years of watching this, it was the same scene from different angles. Just like many of the shots in the Lee vs O'Hara fight, where almost all the kicks and punches were repeated from different angles. I was shocked when I put these side by side to find out they were not the same speed. See, I didn't even notice that. In the Bruce Lee and O'Hara fight, it was the same moves, just filmed from different cameras. I didn't know. Or I never realised. They're tricky in bloody Hollywood, aren't they? You got to admit, these bloody filmmakers. But thanks for the comment, mate. And yeah, give me a little bit of content to put out there and get a load of hate. Anyway, nice one. Right, Stephen Morris, 4482.
The word is you are a cool cat.
Steve's a great guy, does some amazing paintings of Bruce Lee. He's pretty well, respected in the art community regarding Bruce Lee and other stuff that he paints, and he's actually emailed me recently with some of his latest work, so I do need to make a follow-up video, The Art of the Dragon Part 2. Brilliant name, Stripey, well done. Anyway, Steve says, my answer to this is, it's only a movie. It's only a movie. It's only a movie.
Keep repeating. It's only a movie. Only a movie. Only a movie.
They actually had to slow down a lot as well. Bruce was fast. And I've heard that as well. That they did have to slow a lot of stuff down because Bruce was fast.
To the eyes?
Really fast. I'd never take that away from him. I know he was.
From the waist, everything on.
Anyway, appreciate your comment, mate. I really do. And you're right. It's only a film. But people do get butthurt when you talk about these things. Thanks again for the comment, Steve, and keep up the great work, mate. 30 Plus Fitness TV. Like I've mentioned before, Anthony's a good friend to the channel, and I look forward to meeting you, mate, in October at the Rise of the Dragon event. Well, Anthony wrote, Camera 2 might have been filmed at 22 frames per second. Not uncommon for Hong Kong films. If there is one scene I feel Bruce definitely used undercranking, it is in the Bob Wall fight scene from The Way of the Dragon. Stripey, you'll be upsetting the fanboys with this one. When I read these comments, I checked out The Way of the Dragon, and that fight between Bruce and Bob Wall, where Bruce kicks him in the hand and kicks him up into the face. The way Bob Wall gets up off the floor is very unnatural, to my eyes anyway. I may have to look into that. I didn't know about this overcranking, undercranking. Oh yes, I think I did upset some fanboys with this one. People are just so sensitive. And this is a doozy. This is from Lone Wolf DRB. Stop trying to get views by analysing every detail of Bruce. You make assumptions even though you do not know for a fact. I don't make assumptions. I often say on the channel that I don't know it all. You say you are a fan, but all you do is bring down his rep. What a ridiculous thing to say. Trouble is that people believe the nobody's on YouTube above the facts.
You serious?
Being in the film industry, I could explain it to you, but what's the point as you seem to know it all? What? Anyone who's watched this channel for more than 3 or 4 videos know that is far from what I am. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm learning with views. I personally have met Robert Klaus and Paul Heller and spoken to Jim Kelly at length. And you spoke to Jim Kelly at length. I'm actually jealous of that one. Fuck it. I just hope that people do not listen to a know-it-all like yourself and go back to the source. Anything for views. But people buy into it, and that's how reputations get ruined. Do you know what? For the last year I've been putting out Bruce Lee content, and there's been a community of Bruce Lee fans all over the globe. The last thing I'm doing is trying to hurt his reputation. There's other YouTubers that do that.
What's going on, guys?
He's probably still pissed at my Yunhua did the backflip against O'Hara.
You can't handle the truth!
I got a lot of hate for that video, by the way. Bruce Lee didn't jump up in the tree in the courtyard at night. He jumped down the tree and it was reversed. It does happen. It's only a film. Enjoy the beardy videos. Anyway, guys, I'm going to wind this video up. That's enough of that I can take for one day. Sorry for all the brilliant comments that was on there as well that I didn't reply to. But like I said, 170 odd is getting a little bit out of hand. Right. As always, before I go, I want to say again, thank you to Carl Fox for the generous stuff that he sent me the other day. Right, before I go, thanks to those that have bought me a coffee recently. Everyone who's commented, give it a thumbs up and thumbs down. And of course, my patrons. You guys are amazing. Right, have yourselves a brilliant weekend, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Much love. And I'll be back with another ramble real soon. You take care now.